What's up, YouTube world and YouTube tribe? Man, this was an interesting Smackdown. I was waiting to see what they was gonna do because of how they did things with Roman on Raw. Can't say I wasn't. You know what? I was kind of cool with it. So let's get into it. They started off with a big. I wouldn't say it started off as a Becky Lynch promo, but you knew Bianca Belair was going to come out, right? So this was like, I want to say it was a Becky / Bianca Belair promo. Becky starts off first. She comes out first, and she starts the promo by saying how basically she talked about last week how about the homecoming for Bianca Belair and how she didn't get one, how nobody celebrated her accomplishments, and how she basically came back and beat Bianca Belair in 26 seconds. We would have loved it was a 26-minute match, but 26 seconds. How she did it all after just giving birth and to a baby and all this type of stuff. She said nobody's just celebrating her. But she's not complaining. You know, she loves Kate, but she's not complaining. She then goes on to talk about how she was saying how she didn't understand why she was getting in the first place, because she was trying to figure out like why would they celebrate Bianca. She said maybe because Bianca made it out of her hometown, Knoxville, and made something of herself, and that's what she was saying. She made something of herself, and that's what that led into what I was just talking about before. I had forgot about that part. Blah blah blah. She just basically went on to saying how that she was being provoked. She started talking about how she didn't want what happened last week to go down. She was trying to be the bigger man and come out and shake Bianca's hand, but Bianca provoked her by basically grabbing her hand and not letting go. So she said, "I give you that. You did prove that you was the strongest, but she said, but you didn't prove that you was the smartest." She started using her little wordplay against her. This will bring out Bianca. Bianca basically was telling her that if you think what happened at SummerSlam is going to happen at Extreme Rules, then she said you ain't got another thing coming. I'm not, she went, she basically was telling that, yeah, you got another thing coming. You think that was going to happen. That's going to happen again. And she said, when me and you lock up at Extreme Rules, it's going to be a different story. Because it's going to be for real one-on-one match between me, you, and we're going to see who the best is. Because she said, I'm the hardest working, all this good stuff. And Bianca would be the one to stick her hand out for Becky to shake it. And Becky, was like, oh, now you want me to shake your hand. But then she got mad and slapped Bianca. Bianca like, oh, heck nah. And she just tackled and beat up Becky. I think Becky was trying to do what they call the manhandle slam. But this time Bianca reversed it into the KOD and left her in the middle of the ring. Then we would get the first match of the night, which was King Nakamura versus Apollo Crews for the Intercontinental Championship. This was an okay match. I liked it. It really, we got to see we got to see Bianca, King Nakamura wrestle for the first time in a minute too. I might be wrong, but it was still like a good outing and good showing for Nakamura and Apollo Crews. The match was well. Even Rick Boogs got involved. Had a nice little spot with Commander Aziz. He did like a basically belly suplex on Commander Aziz, eliminating him from the match and allowing King Nakamura to roll up Apollo Crews for the win. This, them promoting this might be the last time Apollo Crews could get a chance at the Intercontinental Championship, because the draft is next Friday, I believe, and I've been hearing rumors about that crazy stuff, but that's another video for another time. But yeah, I've been hearing about that. But I will say, like, the things that you've been saying, like, they leaked. I don't know for sure, but it's supposed that they leaked the draft, and that it's pretty much known who's going to get drafted where. But like I said, I don't know for sure, but we'll check that out in a different video. I know it's late, and technically tomorrow SummerSlam, yeah. So, then we got like a little backstage promo with Seth Rollins, and basically Seth Rollins, he was hoping to have an answer from Edge, tonight, but Edge is obviously not there for storyline reasons, and part of his part-time contract. So he basically gave Edge a warning, basically saying that he's a patient man, but he will not wait. Cause he's not gonna. Cause he said, by you not saying anything, your silence is deafening, and that he knows that you're hurt and you're hurt bad. But he don't want it to end like this. He wanted to end where he knows for sure that he took Edge out. So he said next week you got until next Friday to show up on Smackdown and give me your answer. And if you don't give me your answer, he said, I'm going to come find you and beat the answer out of you in front of your wife and your kids. And I think he was saying not only did he want an answer about the match, but he want Edge to admit that he's not Edge light, and he's not he's not, what was he said, like, not Edge light, and that he was superior. He's superior to Edge in every single way. We are moving on now to let me see. We're moving on to This will be that was a long promo too. Those two promos was long because we moving on. That we just not getting to the second match, which is Liv Morgan versus Selena Vega. This went opposite what I thought it was, because this is this is like what I think they said it too. This was like Liv Morgan's second time ever having a one-on-one pay-per-view match or whatever. So this match went as I expected, because I expected Carmella to come out and get involved, but the winners was unexpected to me, because this would be the first time in how many weeks? But a distraction from Carmella would cause Liv Morgan to lose this match to Zelina Vega, and I think this is maybe 5 or 6 weeks, maybe more. Excuse me. I don't even think Zelina won a match since she came back. I don't know. Now I could be wrong, but I don't. This is either the second time or the first time Zelina won a match. But yeah, Zelina Vega is the winner of your match. And then we would get I don't know how to feel about this one. I don't know whether to call. We got another promo, which is the Happy Corbin Talk Show. I think it's called Happy Talk. Yeah, the Happy Corbin's. I'm still calling him Baron Corbin, because the Happy Corbin to me is stupid. But I guess he have his own talk show now called Happy Talk, and he went to talk about how his show is gonna be different from any other show you ever seen on SmackDown, and it's definitely gonna be better than the KO show. And he said how the KO show brings people on the show, that he like to tear them down and all this type of stuff. He said on this show, he said it's happy talk and it's all uplifting. And then his first guest was himself. He said who could be more happy than him right now. And he started running off at the mouth about his accomplishments, what he's done since he got his little money back. Yeah, I think he even played the promo of what he did to KO last week. And then KO will come out. KO will come out and basically attempt to attack him. And I don't have no idea who that guy was. I couldn't hardly hear what they said his name was. They said it so low and so quick because of the everything that was going on. I couldn't really hear what his name was, but man, they put a whooping on KO. So I don't know. This is making the feud between KO and Happy Corbin a little bit better, but I would like to know who that guy was. This was an okay promo. I wouldn't say it was bad, but it was definitely okay. Um, we got the third match. I almost forgot because Nikki Ash and Rhea Ripley are are the tag team champions. So now they get to go on both SmackDown and Raw. Thanks to I forgot that all the way back. They don't go to NXT no more because I guess Adam Pearce screwed them, so they made their own women's tag titles for NXT. But yeah, so the match was Nikki Ash versus Natalya. This match was okay. It didn't go as long as I would have hoped it would have went, but it went fairly decent. It wasn't bad. But the best part to me was that finally they acknowledged that Shotzi Blackheart and Tegan Knox was supposed to get some championship opportunities here because they even acknowledged it on commentary that Shotzi and Tegan had beaten Natalya and Tamina like 2 or 3 times. And either one or two of them was contenders matches too. So, but yeah, after the match, Rhea and Nikki, Nikki, like I said, is your winner. They celebrate. They got the titles raised, and then Sanchi's music hit. They coming out. You know, they basically taunting Rhea and Nikki, saying they want their shot at the titles because hey, we beat them. We beat them not once, not twice, but 3 times. That's what saved this match was that finally the WWE recognized that they had 2 women who should have got a match. The next promo was probably one of the best promos of the night. It was because I'm interested to see where they're going with this. It was a Naomi promo, and she basically upset and fed up with Sonya Deville and not booking her in the match. She basically came out to the ring, her ring gear, and was about to do an open challenge match to anybody in the back who wants to feel the glow. And she basically said, "I've been disrespected, I've been ignored, I've been fined, all this type of stuff." But she said she's not having it. Sonya Deville would then come out and basically tell her, "No, that's not going to happen because you don't make the matches around here. I do." And basically, she finally gave a reason for why she was purposely ignoring. Well, not purposely. We found out it was in her statement. I'm about to say, she's basically told herself that she was purposely ignoring Naomi because she said every chance Naomi had when she was on SmackDown, she constantly dropped the ball. Yeah, she was like, "Yeah, you a 2-time SmackDown Women's Champion," but she basically was saying like she really didn't do nothing in her championship. She basically tried to allude to that she didn't do nothing in her championship reign, and she had her escorted out the ring by some security guards, and they told telling her, hey. Telling her that she need to go. They need to go back and TikTok her dance TikTok and make TikToks to her into oblivion. I think she said TikTok dance your way into oblivion, something like that. But it was set up like. But Naomi, I forgot to mention too before we leave this segment. Naomi also like in a little back and forth arguing over the mic. Naomi would say, "Well, if you're not gonna make a match with me and somebody in the back, and since you want to come, since you're the one who came out here, how about you make a match between me and you?" And she said, she told Naomi, "We both know that I will smack the glow off of you if we did have a match." But she said, "Unfortunately, that's not gonna happen because I'm no longer a competitor. I'm your boss and a WWE official." And that's when she had the security guards escort out the ring, and it looked like they tried to set up a possible Naomi versus Sonya Deville match. And I'm actually really looking forward to that. I'm trying to see. I want to see where they go because I want to see how because that's a nice little build up for what they doing if they continue in that direction. we will get the main event. Now, before we get to this, I had just realized that I forgot how this main event got set up. So after, I think, which was, it was either after the it was after, right after Becky Lynch's promo at the beginning of the Raw, or after the King Nakamura match. But after it was a backstage promo with Montez Ford, and he was being asked by Kelly Braxton when he was where was Dawkins, and how they was going to prepare or if they could, if she think that, or if he thinks that they could actually beat the Usos, who have a lot of momentum right now. And he said that they don't, they ain't lie. They on this tour campaign on getting back what was theirs. They're gonna beat the Usos, because they said, look at the Usos, like they supposed to be the bloodline, the ones, and all that type of stuff, but they don't look like bloodlines. They look like, Roman got them beating up people here, beating up people there, doing this, all this other stuff. He said, how could they don't look like no bloodline. They look like the bloodline, with a cuss word right there. This would upset Roman, and Roman would actually order Paul Heyman to make a match between Montez Ford and himself, because of what Montez Ford said. And Paul Heyman, another backstage different time would be Paul Heyman finding Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville, and they was like, "No, Paul, we don't know if or where Brock Lesnar going to get drafted," and he basically got them to agree to the match with Montez Ford and Roman Reigns, and that he came back and told them that after the match, then we could talk about the draft. So then this would lead into the main event, which is Montez Ford versus Roman Reigns. I think Montez Ford even cut a second backstage promo about how we affirming still calling them bloodline B words. This match was a good match, though. Surprisingly, it didn't go as quick as I thought it was going to go. I knew it was going to end quick, because I knew they was going to have something with Finn Balor at the end. But it actually went quicker. It actually went longer than I thought, because they actually had a lot of time to put. They still had a lot of time on the show, so they had to put on a fairly decent amount of time of match. So this match was actually good. I enjoyed it. Montez Ford, for the most part, held his own. It wasn't like a total squash match. And no Usos getting involved, so that was like, they didn't jump in before or during the match. So it was like a straight up 1-on-1. It was cool. But at the end, your boy Roman Reigns still had the momentum carry over from Monday, so he ended up winning by putting Montez Ford in the guillotine, and and he ended up winning the match. But I want to say that it was like a little botch. I think Montez Ford was trying to get on the table, to jump off the table onto Roman Reigns, but when he got on the table collapsed, and Montez Ford just went boom, like he just landed on his feet, looking at the table like, I guess he was like, damn, like, oh man, cuss. He was like, man, he was like, dang. The damn table just collapsed. He just looking at it, and he just said, "Oh well," and he just went and jumped on. He just used to steal step to jump on the Roman. It was like, that was a funny little botch right there. I think Pat McAfee tried to take credit for it, saying he was like, "Man, it was because I had my big A word on the table." But yeah, so after the guillotine, Paul Heyman was in the ring saying, "No, this is not enough." Before his, transgressions and all that type of stuff, and what he done, this is not enough. You need to teach him a further lesson to show him, people like him, the Demon Finn Balor and Brock Lesnar, that you're capable of when you're to get extreme. And he basically he beat him up some more, threw him out in the ring. I think he even beat him up. He either hit him with some chair shots, and then the Usos got called out there to set up a table from underneath the ring, and Roman would do like like a rock bottom, not like a rock bottom, but it was like one of those. I guess you could call it like a rock bottom slam, like because he went up like he was doing a rock bottom, but he just slammed him instead of going all the way down with him. And then as they was taunting him, saying, you know, they said who's the B now, and you know, holding up their hands to signify they the ones. The lights would go out. He said you better, because he said you better respect me, and you better respect. He said respect me, respect my cousin, respect these lights. And then the lights went off, and next you know you heard that familiar. Dun, 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 dun. And then you saw the demon himself, Finn Balor, standing there on the not on the turnbuckle, but on the turnbuckle, on the little miniature turnbuckle, mini Tron one. And he would dive off, beat up the Usos. I think he like hit them with chair shots. And he was hit Roman with a chair shot. And then he would end up taking Roman out himself too with a dive from jumping over the ropes. He jumped over the top ropes from the ring on down to Roman Reigns, taking him out, and ended the show with him on top. Which means Roman Reigns is not losing title, because they already got at Crown Jewel. It's going to be Roman versus Brock Lesnar, but they try to play off like if Roman Reigns gets past Finn Balor, but we all know Roman's going to beat Finn Balor. But yeah, this was a decent episode. I didn't really have a problem with it. I think there was also a thing with Sami Zayn and Dominic Mysterio, but other than that, it was like a backstage promo when he wasn't a match. Actually, I enjoyed everything. This was one of the rare shows where nothing was really bad. I mean, even the Happy Corbin thing was probably like the only thing I didn't really care for, but because of how the way it ended, it kind of made it okay. But other than that, everything was cool. Man. I didn't have no problem with it. So that means that this episode of Smackdown gets, I give it a 7 big ups, just because it was a good episode. It wasn't bad. It wasn't the best episode that could be, but it wasn't the worst either, because we all seen worse. Monday Night Raw. But we've seen worse, and even Raw has been good in the past couple of days. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got. And then if you enjoyed this video, then hit that button right there in the upper right corner for all of my wrestling reviews. And if you truly enjoyed this video and you want to support the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, become part of the fam, part of the tribe, and hit that notification button as well so you get notified when I drop videos. And as always, hit any one of these videos for more of my amazing content, but don't go nowhere. I got that what if for you, and maybe some gameplay. Peace.